Hello everybody, how's it going? This is Mako here, and today I'm actually going to redo a tutorial I've done in the past. And that would be my line mask on head Y tutorial. Looking back at it now, I feel like there's certain things I could explain a bit better to help your movement look more proficient. So if you like this video or you want to see more, make sure you subscribe, comment down below, and hit the like button, and I'll be sure to make more in the future. So I want to start this video off by explaining how I laid out my layers, because it's probably the most important part besides the actual rigging. Right now this design doesn't really have an outfit, it's just a base model. I'm currently working on design, but it won't be shown at the moment. So at first, the three most important things you're going to want is this line mask layer. If I haven't, I'll put an RGB for the colors I use for this one specifically. I've seen some people use violet, but I don't really know a good RGB for that, but I'll put one for the lime at least. Next we have the headline art, or just like the headlines. Wrong way. And we have the head fill. These three, obviously the most important part. Everything else on the inside, I recommend having just to have your head pop out more in detail. Especially this head shadow. Because you notice in certain anime, especially like the ones in the 90s, there's a head shadow that shows the cheek shading and gives like more depth to your model. Okay, now with that out of the way, this is probably the most tedious thing you're ever gonna do in this tutorial. But I promise the end result is gonna be worth it. And that's like just selecting your headline art and your head fill, going into the mesh edit menu, and we're gonna add a mesh for both and we're gonna glue them both together. We're keeping it like this because if you don't glue these two together and your X and Y movement, your head fill color is going to pop over your headline art and it's going to look like really sloppy, like a sloppy drawing. So with this, I have mine laid out like this. It's extremely tedious, but as soon as you have this done, it's going to be a lot easier. After you have it done, make sure you select this tool, select all the points you made, and you just glue with bind, or Control G, Command G if you're on a Mac. Let's get down to rigging your head X and Y. Okay, I'm never doing that again. That was pretty weird. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna turn this on. Turn your line invert mask. We're gonna take the idea of it, gonna copy it, and we're gonna put it in our head line art layer inside the clip-in ID. Just gonna clip it in. Ignore this. Do not show again, but I put it on just in case my input doesn't come in. So you see, as we clipped it in, our headline art disappears, and that's because we haven't inverted. So after it's clipped in, make sure you click this check up here that says invert mask. I will zoom in so you can see it closely. See? It shows up. Unclick, disappears. Click, shows up. But the circle's still there. Why is that? Because we haven't changed the opacity to 0, so we want to go back up to our lime invert mask, click that, and opacity on that should be 0. I see it disappeared, yeah? Okay, now that we got all the nitty-gritty out, let's keep our lime invert mask selected, and we want to make it active in both angle X and the angle Y layer. Angle X is pretty standard, just hide it to where it's not showing. As you can see, as we slide it down, more of our headline art shows up. For our X, what I like to do is, I like to put it in between my head and my neck. My neck's not rigged in, but normally it would be, and that's so they can look like it's connected to there. And we have that. And for our angle Y, we'll do the same thing as well. You can see it looks like it's connected a bit better. Not really, since I didn't rig my neck in, but normally it would. I recommend adding like another layer for like a third value of shadow, like a darker one. So it looks like under your chin, you know it's a little bit darker. It helps give it a bit more life. Because as you can see, it's connecting. Okay, so we've done that. Pretty standard, right? It's overall like the same case, even if you synthesize the corners. We kept it like that, so we're gonna like synthesize it. There we go. With the corners, it's basically the same thing as your X and Y. We went to put it between like the head and the neck, so it looks like it's connecting. I should have like rigged in my neck before I record it, but you get the base idea. That's pretty much it. Again, if it looks like a little bit too light, you can add like another layer with a third darker value of shading, just so it looks a little bit more like it's looking up, or your model's looking up. That really helps out a lot with models, and I guess gives it more life and value. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope this time you guys were able to learn something new compared to the first time I did this. Because looking back at it now, that's not one of my best videos. It's, at least to me. But if you like what you see, if you learned something new, make sure you subscribe, comment down below, and hit the like button, and I'll be sure to make more videos like this in the future. This is Mako, and I will be signing off now. Mako ne. Bye bye.